We all know that love can appear in the most unexpected ways. At college, work, or a trip abroad. And sometimes we fall in love with the person who lives super far away.
Exactly. And then if you think a relationship requires effort, definitely long distance relationship, you have to double up everything.
So today we will talk about long distance relationship, the struggles, the lessons, and how we can make it work. So let's get into it. How much can I handle and how much am I willing to sacrifice for this to work?
If you base your relationship in the sexual interaction, I'm not sure.
Show the person that that person is a priority just by having.
What do you think it made it work for us? Long distance relationship.
Well, firstly, as soon as we committed to the relationship and being long distance, we started to create this plan, this future vision of how can we get together as soon as possible, as easy as possible, and start building a life together. What are the options there? Starting to investigate that a little bit.
Exactly.
and decide on something. And that was still, I think, the last month I was in California. We start that process a little bit, and as soon as I got back to Sweden,
Yeah.
we have already decided that Sweden will be our place.
Yeah.
And we start the immigration process for you to get a residence. But 14 months is still a lot of time, so there was some things we did there that actually made it work. And it is going to be tough sometimes to be apart. So we need to be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
Like emotionally, like what are my emotional needs and my physical needs?
Yeah.
It's like how much can I handle and how much am I willing to sacrifice for this to work?
Exactly. I would say definitely before you get into a long distance relationship, men, women, be honest with yourself and realize, you know what? No, I need this too much. Let's say that the touching. If you need it a lot, don't get in a long distance relationship because something in there is not gonna work. So first of all, be honest if you think you're gonna be able to handle long distance or not. I would say for step number one.
Yeah. The third thing that I would say is important in this process of relationship, long distance relationship, is the interaction. Like how are we interacting with each other? Of course, we cannot have any physical interaction. So the communication will be key. And that is what I think for us, at least, our marriage has that foundation
Exactly. Yeah.
of communication, trust, and commitment.
For sure.
Because we didn't have any other option to build our relationship from the ground.
Yeah, there you have a really very, very important point. We built the foundation of our marriage in that long distance relationship.
Yeah.
That was the baseline. We started from there.
I mean, people are talking about that, get to know each other, and we didn't fully know each other when we wanted to move in together because there is a dynamic of living together as well.
Yes, of course, it's completely different. You have been, I don't know, 2 years having video calls, whatever, but something different is when you're living.
Yeah, and meeting each other's families, etc. So that will be different. But the base, like we were able to discuss our values, our dreams, and going so deep into our conversation because that was the level of intimacy that was the only thing we could do at that moment. And that is, I mean, I'm so grateful for that because as a guy who need the physical touch and
as a woman who also needs the physical touch,
and it is easy to fall into when we have these butterflies and yeah, I'm cold. And we have these butterflies and everything is new and exciting and we just get into the in the beginning, and then we think that is the foundation of the relationship because that is what feels so good and we don't want to lose that, so we don't get into those maybe uncomfortable conversations that we actually had through the video calls that we had throughout those months apart. So we really we really set ourselves up for a good foundation there.
Exactly. And personally, this is just my personal opinion. I know that the sexual part is very important, but if you based your relationship in that sexual interaction, I'm not sure how strong that base can be, because for any situation, call it illness, pregnancy, age, when you are 80, you won't be able to perform the same way, you know? So if you base your relationship in the sexual interaction, I'm not sure. Instead of that, if you base your relationship in these other things, like, men, more than lovers, we are friends, we are buddies,
Right.
then that will be different. And since we are so friends, we are best friends, of course that sexual part is gonna flow for me.
For
Because,
us.
yeah, for us. But personally, I believe if you have that close connection with your partner, if you have that how is it called, that, wait, now I lost the word, well, I lost the word. But if you really have that closeness with your partner, man, you can talk about whatever. You're like, oh, no, 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 my friend, no, from there, I don't like it there, or like, yes, I like it there. It's much easier to talk about these other topics
And
if you have that foundation, that friendship as foundation, more than lovers.
exactly. And it is a practice to get into those uncomfortable conversations also. Now it's just happening naturally because we have done it so many times. But but I remember in the beginning, it was really uncomfortable when you asked me some questions that I never thought about before.
Like when?
Well, I cannot come up with it, but I remember the feeling, and I was scared of saying the wrong thing
Okay.
because I was scared of saying something that you don't like.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I think that is also a problem that many people have. I don't really want to show everyone who I am because they might not like me.
Well, somehow we all go through that.
Somehow we all go through that, but at the same time, in relationship, if you're gonna build a life with someone, I think if we can, everything we can talk about is gonna connect us more, and everything we can't talk about is gonna disconnect us. So it's gonna, create distance.
Yeah.
And kind of everything is important to talk about. I mean, we don't have to go into details about exes and stuff, but
Oh, no, 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 no. Hold your horses.
we
No, 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 no. I mean, we know
we know enough.
we know enough. Yes. We don't know everything about each other. No, it's not necessary. I don't need to know your record. So it's fine. As long as you have healed it and learned from it, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't need to know the details, and vice versa, for sure.
No, no. But the communication is key. So since communication is key, I think another step that makes this work in a long distance relationship is to create a structure.
Yes.
Everyone is talking. I mean, if you go to a therapist, they will give you some practical tools to do weekly, daily, monthly. And people are like, oh, but this is so rigid, this schedules, whatever. But I think it is so important to have that kind of structure because when you are apart, like set those rules and expectations on each other.
But then success requires structure.
Yeah.
I mean, for everything, for the success of a relationship, successful business, doesn't matter. It's just you need a structure. In the case of a relationship, all right, then what are we gonna have? Are we having, let's say, Friday nights, dinner, cooking together, having a video call? Thanks God, now we live in this generation that there is no excuse that, oh, we live far apart. You can just reach your person. Call, video call, easy peasy.
Right.
But then having that structure, like, okay, what is permitted, what is not permitted, very necessary.
Exactly. I remember something that we did was, for example, having dinners together. And we just put each other up in the other side of the table, pour some wine, have a dinner together. We was apart. I mean, it's just being creative about all the things that you can do through a video call.
I have a friend. She and the partner, they were going to sleep on a call.
Yeah.
They were muting the call, but they were on a call. So somehow it's like, okay, it makes no sense. You are not listening. But at the end, man, I understand because you feel that closeness to the person.
Yeah.
So they were going to sleep
Together.
Yeah. Yes, in a call. That was nice.
There comes the other thing about honesty and transparency.
Big difference.
Yeah. And to create that trust and loyalty and connection as much as possible. That, what you said that your friend did, it is an amazing thing to do. put your phone up somewhere, clean the house, cooking, work, study, whatever you're doing, and you just have your partner there with you. You don't have to talk, but you can enjoy each other's silence, and you kind of just feel that the other person is there. And it's not about controlling what the other person is doing, but in a long distance relationship, we say like, yeah, everything needs to double up. Well, also show the person that that person is a priority just by having the other person around throughout the day as much as possible.
Too many people, they want to be trusted, but a mi amigo o mi amiga, if you want to be trusted, you gotta do something. So then the difference between honesty and transparency, we have said it before, is, for example, honey, tonight I'm going out with my friends. Okay.
Being honest.
That's being honest. Yes, you are saying what you're about to do. Being transparent. I'm gonna go out with my friends. Pepito, Sutanito, Perencejo, Menganito, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be with some friends, Fulanita, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna go to this place. We're gonna have dinner. Maybe around this time, we're gonna meet up. Later, we're gonna go to Fulanito's house. And maybe we are planning to finish the night, I don't know, probably 2 in the morning. I'll be home. Maybe I can text you. You know, like you share with your partner the entire plan. So you don't give any room for doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think that's controlling. At the end, man, if you don't want anyone to ask you anything, don't be in a relationship. Fine.
No, but long distance is also like, it is going to be doubtful. It is going to be a lot of doubt and like, am I wasting my time? How will this work out? So it is just to, as you say, like closing those possibilities of doubt and not like trusting and, okay, yeah, she's going out with him and his girlfriend, and she has a friend which is also a girl, and I mean, just thinking that for you or for anyone it is the opposite sex, that is going to be stressful if there is just honesty.
But then here is also something else that I think we can put into that mixing for success in a long distance relationship, which is setting boundaries. You know what, honey? I feel insecure about this. We all have insecurities. Come on, that's how it is.
Yeah, sure.
So then tell your partner, I feel insecure you doing these certain things. If your partner doesn't care, okay, I wouldn't stay there.
Well, it depends what it is, because that might be insecure because of a trauma or something that happened to that person in their childhood. But somehow have a hard time trusting people, but that is a healing process.
Somehow, but then, I mean, it is my decision to feel insecure. Okay, this is my opinion. But it is your responsibility to, in Spanish we call it no give papaya, like don't put yourself in a situation where I can doubt, you see?
Yeah.
So then so many things can happen, yes, but if you are aware, if I have shared with you that I have this insecurity, okay, it can be a trauma. Well, if it is a trauma, man, we gotta work on it, find a therapist, something. But then otherwise, it is my decision to feel insecure, yes, but it's your responsibility to provide somehow a safe place for me. And this is not from men and women, it's vice versa. So if I want you to trust me, it is my responsibility to provide a safe space, being transparent with you, for you not having doubts.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I cannot pretend that, oh no, David is so jealous, but I am from nowhere hanging out with only guys, for example.
Yeah, of course I'm going to
Sí,
think
claro.
what is going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So setting boundaries, I know that the distance can be hard in the aspect of I don't want to say no because I really want this to work, but somehow you need to set up those boundaries for everyone to know the rules of the game, you know? It's like, all right, what are your cards? What you're playing with? And here is what I'm playing with. I think also boundaries are very necessary, even in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, and again, that can be difficult to talk about because you don't kind of want to loosen. But if he really is committed, he's gonna respect those boundaries, and if it's aligned with their values and their beliefs, then probably they will listen to it and respect that as well.
So in this setting boundaries, there was something I read that said it is about protecting what you are building. It's not about policing each other. I think that's a really good one.
Yeah.
So we are protecting, I mean, setting these boundaries from both sides, man, we are protecting this, what we are building right now. It's not being a police, it's not for the controlling.
So there's one more thing that I want to cover here, and we don't have an experience of that ourselves, but we have seen cases where this happened in long distance relationship. And it's very important to be aware of this, which is there is a lot of scams out there. There is a lot of scams who are going to ask for certain things. And with the technology we have today, there is easy now with AI to create videos. That can be tricky to see if that is AI generated or not nowadays. And also there can be a video taken from someone else that person is sending to you and pretend to be someone that is not actually the person who is texting you behind that computer or behind that screen. And this might, for some, sound like common sense, but since this happened pretty much in the world and people are not aware of it, it is just important to be aware that that exists. So I just want to say that as well. I mean, this long distance relationship worked for us. It created a strong foundation for our marriage. But it is important also to not to know that it is those kind of peoples out there, unfortunately.
Claro, in our case, we knew we were real people since the very, very, very beginning.
Yeah.
Since we met in
Because
real
there are
life.
people that
But
dating
then
apps.
there are some other, exactly, there are some other situations where you can meet someone online.
Yes.
But then I don't think nowadays, I don't think there is any type of excuse for you not making a video call.
Yeah. Seeing that person live.
Yes, I
through a
don't
video
think there is any excuse.
So to close this up, Myanmar,
Mhm.
what can we leave as a conclusion here?
A long distance relationship is no different than a regular relationship, but what makes a difference, or at least lead to success, is double up everything. So what you would do in a regular relationship, you double up in while you're apart.
Yeah.
Everything. The commitment, the trust, todo.
And the communication.
Yes, the communication,
Yeah,
claro.
will be key. Also, yeah, and this might sound like, oof, so much work. Well, average work give average results. So if you want to build something extraordinary, I mean, long distance relationship, as you said in the beginning, it is challenging, but that challenge doesn't have to be something that is bad. Because in the end, it is going to build a foundation that will be so strong because you have been part from each other. You haven't based the relationship on the physical touch, because the physical touch were simply not there when the relationship started. So it is such a strong foundation, and it is so much growth in that process. And in the process, don't rush it, flow with it, enjoy, share this person, and be grateful that that other person is sharing you, who is, in our case, across the world.
Yeah.
But it's so much growth there. So
Yes.
there's absolutely possible if you put your mind and effort into it. So if you're in a long distance relationship, hopefully this video inspired you some, and share this with your partner, or set up a date and watch it together, discuss what we have said here, because that is kind of the point of this, like, to sharing our perspective about what we think did work for us and what we have built. So thank you so much for hanging out with us here. We are David and Celeste, and see you next time.
Hasta la próxima. Bye bye.
Bye.